Hello everybody, this is Emily from the emsbowandgo bow maker. When you get out from the box and you open up, there are 5 picks in the box. And then it will go into the 4 holes here to create a 3 compartments. And this one will go to here for holding the ribbons when you do the bow. So you just screw them in all the way. This way will secure it, and then once you're done with your bow, you pull them up, it won't come out the pick. So it will create your 3 compartments, and this is holding the ribbon. Okay, before we start, you can use your 20-inch pipe cleaner. I don't have pipe cleaner here today, so I'm using my narrowest ribbon, cheapest, because some are more money. Then you use your full length of the tool. It's about 22 inch. If you're a smaller ribbon, you can do 20. But I like my hanger longer. So I'm doing the 22 full length. And then what you do, you put into the middle compartments. And then you just fold it back like that. Okay. Then you're ready to go. We start with the widest ribbon you have. Like you have 4 inch, then you do with a 4 inch. Otherwise, you do with a 2.5. Make sure every ribbon you use on the first layer, you want them to be thick, not thin. So you want to pick your thick ribbon, and then you pick your colors to make together. And then this will be my second group to do the color you want. And try to put your expensive ribbon on the second layer, because it will show more. Today, I just do a simple one, doing the 16 inch. So this will be 11, and then I do 5 here. Then you pinch it, and you put in to your first compartment. You want to ducktail as you go, because they have a lot of ribbon if you go big to the big one. And I'm doing the 6-inch loop. Usually, if you do the bigger one, you do the 7 or 8. Here, I just do a simple one. I just doing the 1 loop, 1 tail, and when you cut 7, you cut 7.5 or 8 inch. Then you ducktail it. Once you ducktail it, it becomes your 7-inch tail. This will be the simple one. And then you repeat it and go to your second compartment. And you're making the same length by measuring the same tail length. And then you do to your second compartment with your 2.5. And you pinch it. And then you put them in. You twist a little bit. Because we do 1 loop only. So your loop on the left and next one on the right. So you alternate left, right. And by 7 inch. And then you same thing you do here. Do your 7 inch. Ducktail. So whatever you ducktail, your tail will be a little bit longer than your loop. And then if you have problem too long, or you can adjust it by doing the longer tail. And you always can ducktail them later. So if you're not sure, make sure you ducktail them longer. Then you go to the same routine, do your third compartment. Come back, and then you just do the same length. And then do to your 3. Once you get there, because my loop over here, then I do the opposite. And you pinch it. And then you come to ducktail it. Always about 1/2 inch or 1 inch. Depending on how you ducktail your ribbon. If you ducktail a big amount, then you use the longer one. Okay, now you do the second. You want to alternate your color. See, if I put like this, it's not that pretty. We are doing the second layer in the middle. If you have to go away, you can lock your scissor up. Then you can go away and come back next day, or come back whenever you have time to finish up your bow. Okay, now, same thing. You want to make sure your tail account is evenly. So that's 2 on the other side, and I'm doing this side. This side only have 1. The same thing, repeat as what you did first time. And then your loop will be 1/2 inch smaller than your bottom tail. I try to make it up down so your color really spread out on your bow. Get used to ducktail as you go, because once you're familiar with it, you can go up to deluxe, go to your jumbo. Then you really need to ducktail. I learned from my experience. If you don't ducktail it, no matter how careful you are, you will always mix a couple of them. For now, it's okay because they are very little ribbon only. Today, I'm doing the quick one, just to show you how to use the bow maker. And then here, see, I'm on this side, and I'm going to opposite. Same thing, you don't measure your length again. You just do by same height, same length of your tail. And then same thing, 1/2 inch. And then you cut about 1 inch longer. After you ducktail it, it will be similar. So every ribbon you use a C. Okay, now once you finish with the 2 1/2, we're going to do 1 1/2. If you have more ribbon to use, you just repeat compartment 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 till you're done. Then we do this one for our next one. So same thing, you ducktail, and we're keeping, do the tail about 1/2 inch shorter. So this is how I measure it, like that. See, a little bit shorter. And then same thing, same as how you do your 2 1/2, 1/2 inch shorter. And then you ducktail them, same as, see, my loop is here. I just cut a little bit longer. Just make sure after you ducktail, it's still, you can see it. If you have longer than you need, you just put to the higher position or doing the different place. You can do that. So same, I come over here, go to the compartment 2. I could ducktail it. Come to compartment 3. Same length as the 1 1/2 you have. Once you set the length, whole layer 1, 2, 3 are the same size. Okay, this will be your first layer of your 1 1/2. You're doing the same to do your 2 1/2. Whatever layer you put in with your 2 1/2, you're doing the same as your 1 1/2. Or you have more ribbon, you can just do more. And then you come to the compartment 1. Again, your length another 1/2 inch shorter. And make sure your loop is opposite. Every layer different. If you're doing the 2 loop, 2 tail, then it's okay because you have a 2 loop on each side. It doesn't matter how you go. But when you do 1 loop, 1 tail, make sure your loop is alternate. After the 1 1/2, we do 7/8, 5/8, 3/8, whatever narrow one. If you have a short piece like this is 2 1/2. If you have any leftover short piece, as long as about 14, 15 inch, depending on how big the bow you use, you can put them in. So this way you use up all your waste. And for the 7/8, I'm using the middle compartments and put everything in there. Then what you do is you do same length as your tail and then 4 inch longer because we will curve them. And then you just do left, right. Do 2 curl. If you don't have enough narrow one, you can repeat that. And then I want 10 inch. So from here and then to here, you can cut 10 inch, 8 inch, depending on how big the bowl you have. So this will be the 2 loop, 1 long tail, 1 short tail, but still longer than regular. You can ducktail this at the end, or you can ducktail now as you go. If you have 7/8, 5/8 different one, use the wider one before. Then it's all going to your middle layer, middle compartment, because this will be the center of your bowl. And you do one about 5-inch loop, and then the other one you do 4, or you can do 5 if you want to come back, repeat them. Make sure you always keep longer. This way you can curve them. I'll show you once we're done that. And always alternate your color of your tail. Don't stack them all together. And then same length, come back. I just put 1 loop on here because white are more show up. So if you have a black or red or things, heavier color, you can use less loop. And the pink to pull all the colors. This is a very nice one. It's the lace and have a wire. So what you do, you fold each side and then you fold it back. Then you rub it back in. This way it stops the freezing. And then you same thing, you do the similar length. And then you do 2 loops. Each loop come in narrower loop. And then same thing, you just fold it. You want to lock the end so you don't keep freezing on you. Once we're done, and then for the tie we do before, you just get them up. You lift up it and then get them up. And make sure you're using that time, you hold it and then you twist it. Just do like that to make sure the place you tie are very tiny, so it not call attention from the people watching see it. Then you just tie like that. Keep the knot on the top 1/3, and then you get them up. This is how it will be. Everything stay. You don't have to worry you lose your pig. And then you just pull it and then go back. Pull it, go back until you really tight. And then you do double knots. Then here, like that. Then what you do is you do your loop tail together. Make sure your hanger stay behind. And then you just pull all the long tail to the center. Start shaping your bowl. Start from the bottom loop. Make sure all the loops are round. When we make it, it maybe have been pushed down flat or something. And then you always yank the long tail to the center. You don't want the same color stay together. So you always want to make sure your color is spread out. This is a very simple one. Very less ribbon. Once you come to the legs, you can use 20 different ribbon, including whatever the leftover, the scrap ribbon you have. And the main point is you have to have a 7/8 or 5/8, 3/8 to make your center loop, to make your bowl look different than the others. And then you just 2 fingers, twist it. That's how you do your curve. Or you have a wood dowel, cooking dowel, or your mesh dowel, you can do the same thing like that. Like that. Here, this is the long tail. Why we need long tail is because this is how it looks. See, you bring the color up to where you don't have it. You just curve them all. Do the same thing for the 7/8 on your tail. I like 2 fingers quicker. But for the people who have a problem to make the curve, you can use the tool. And always use the thicker one underneath and then do the narrower. And also you check, do you ducktail them all on the 7/8? Everything else will be ducktail because we ducktail as we go, only the 7/8 or 5/8, 3/8. And this is lace 3/8, it makes them really different. This, you try to alternate your color, blend in, so it's not whole stay together. And then this will be the simple one today.